welcome to Epiphytic Cacti. Today I wanted to do a little bit of an unboxing. On an annual basis, I like to order from Kakteen-Haage in Germany. When I order from there, what I need to do is apply through the USDA department and get an import permit as well as shipping labels. And I had refreshed my permit last year, but my package came in and went to Chicago. And what ended up happening is that on my import permit, the articles that were listed for import were Epiphyllum. And what was listed on there was leaf, root, stem, whole plant, and the intended use was for planting and propagation. But what had happened was in my package, I had a Disocactus and a Pfeifera. So I got a phone call from the USDA. And the USDA was like, yo man, your import permit articles, in other words, the genus that I had listing, had to match what was actually in the box. So I had to go online and update my permit to include Disocactus and Pfeifera. And then I had to email a notification to the USDA agency that I had applied for an updated permit before they would allow the package to be released. And they didn't even really release it. What they did was they went to the post office and then basically mailed it again. Somewhere along the way, this package also got lost. So I'm a little bit nervous about what's in this package. It also got a little bit lost, and this is just an issue. This is just, you know, it's COVID. It just got a little turned around. So I am finally getting this package. It has been a little over a month. I wanted to show you that you do actually get a phytosanitary certificate. They have been treated. There's no soil whatsoever on the root system of these plants. So this is definitely how it should be done. This is on the up and up. These are completely legal. So without further ado, I had pulled this tape off earlier, but you can see, I don't know if you can see it, the tape literally says that it's been opened and inspected by the Department of Agriculture. And I had pulled this out to show a friend because I tried to describe that these were dead but not dead. If that makes any sense. Now, like I said, these are actually generally small plants, and so what happens is the root system is cleaned, completely devoid of soil or anything. So by the time they get to me, like, their root system is really, it's completely desiccated. This root system is completely dead. You can see that. And it'll be fine because I've done this before. It'll be completely fine. What'll happen is that I will just pot this back up in like one of my little small black pots. I'll just pot this back up and then I will leave it alone for about a month. It's just in my standard substrate. I'll leave it alone. They get to be moved outside pretty soon, so these will root up in no time. I will just leave them alone outside for about a month and they'll start perking up. So this one is, I really don't want to botch this name. It is the Peterson hybrid. I believe that this has actually been re-registered under a different name. So this is NEUE, New Peterson hybrid. The name of this has actually been, the registry name for this is actually Inca's Golden Dream. It's a really cute little orange flower, very Ripsalis-like. So I definitely don't want to lose these little labels. I need to keep them together. What? Let's see. How cute. I like this one. I really like the stems on this one. This reminds me, just right off the bat, this reminds me of Chameleon, the branches on Chameleon. Oh, yeah. So this is deep marpates. I had deep marpates once before and we had a little bit of an issue. So I'm really excited to get this one again because I I really like this hybrid. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful flower. So everybody has a little bit of, everyone's a little bit unlucky from time to time. And I only had one cutting of it, so I figured I would just try it again. Ooh, pretty, pretty, pretty. This hybrid is Cody 1. You can see the beautiful little anguliger stems, the little serrated stems, or they're deeply lobed. Very beautiful, very beautiful. Very excited about that one. Ooh, look at how interesting that stem is. The purple coloration, the anthocyanins coming out, and the way that they're coming out just on the one side. That's pretty. I like that. Interesting. Sometimes I'm always puzzled. Like, sometimes I'm puzzled because you can see how, like, the main stem is growing here, and it's got, like, it's the, you know, finely curved lobes, but then, like, the new young growth actually seems to be somewhat concave. Sometimes I just think they're so confusing. This is Venetian Affair. Very excited about that. I've always wanted Venetian Affair, but for some strange reason, I never really get the opportunity to get it. So sometimes when I make a big order like this, even though I know something, I know that, you know, I could probably find something in the United States. A lot of times I'll just kind of get it all in one order. Plus I have a really good, I have a good time with Haage plants because the climate in Germany is a lot more like my climate here. So the plants are generally easier for me to grow if they come from there, because it's like they've already been completely acclimatized. Oh, this one's interesting. This is Felix Pace. I believe that this is just kind of an orange, but I think that it's been established many times over that when it comes to Epiphyllum, or when it comes to any kind of Rhipsalis-like plant, I have a really strong affinity for orange flowers. I'm not exactly sure what's up with that, because orange in real life is not a color that I gravitate to, but oh, it's another kind of little, oh, it's Falcino Flame. I love those hybrids. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I think it's, I have a tough time with foreign words, but I really love the Falcino hybrids. There's quite a few of them, but I just think that they're so fantastic. They're such great little hybrids. They're so pretty. I think that to date, Falcino Fairy is probably my favorite. It's just such an adorably beautiful little flower and such a strange little plant. It's literally like a plant that was grown. If like an epiphyllum existed purely for the entertainment of fairies, it would be that one. Ooh, pretty. This is Kiwi Independence. That's exciting. I'm not a huge kiwi collector. I have a bunch, but I think that for me, what I do is actually get a ton of hybrids, because something that's really important to me is that epiphyllum, like when you hybridize them, it's super important to me that they grow very well. And I don't like to try to keep hybrids or use hybrids when hybridizing that just have really gorgeous flowers, but they're like terrible monster growers. So what I do is just get a ton of them, and then I just watch them grow. You know, some of them grow like extremely quickly. They're super impressive. They flower really quickly. They flower really easily. And others don't quite have that kind of luck. Ooh, I'm really excited about this one. I had two cuttings of this, but they didn't make it. And I really like this little flower. It's called Rudolph's Darling. And There's something about the shape of this flower. It looks like a small flower, but there's something about the rounded petals on this flower that give it a really unique and interesting shape. I'm really a big fan of that one. So I figured I'd try it again. Oop. Oh, it looks like I've got some peanuts to go through. Peanuts! Some of these I think they're duplicates of, so if I open one that's a duplicate of, I might not say anything. Sometimes, like, if I can, I'll get two. Just depends. Let me see. Ooh, this one's... I was like, ooh, this one hurts. This is an Epiphyllum hybrid, and yeah, I could feel those little buggers through the paper. Look at how funny the little, like, rogue root is here. This is... Yay! I cannot say that. Elephantans? E-L... Oh, not E-E. E-L-F-E-N-T-A-N-Z. This is just, yeah, very cool. Very cool Epiphyllum. Very excited about that. Oh, I see a nice pretty stem peeking out over the top here. Let me see. Oh, I like it when stems grow like this. When they come out and they're like long and skinny and then they get fat at the top. I always think those stems are pretty. Oh, ha, that explains it. This is Disocactus eclami. It's possible that this was the reason why this was even ordered. I'm just saying. Just putting it out there. Into the space. Oh, and here is part 2. How pretty is that? That was not actually named part 2. That was also the Disocactus eclami. Oh, cute! Cuteness! Cuteness! All right, so this is Pfeiffer Sunte Potensis. There we go. I know that I just did a recent repotting of this, but here are like 3 little stems. They look awfully red. That's kind of interesting. They look different than my other one. That's interesting. So we'll see how that goes. He's in a little bit of a rough shape, but considering this baby has been in the mail for over a month, can't really complain about that. Oh, I have even more. Yay! I think I ordered 2 of these, and I'm not sure that I quite realized that there were 3 plants and not just like 1. So now I have kind of a lot of it, and that'll be okay. I feel like it's in the roughest shape, so something will survive out of that, I'm sure. Ooh. Just dropped roots on myself. All right. Whoop. There really are quite a few of these. Oh, that's pokey. That is a pokey one. Ooh. Oh, that's funny. This is the Epiphyllum hybrid Chameleon Berggren. I think that's how you say her name, Chameleon Berggren. This is absolutely gorgeous. It is like a peachy, like somewhere between pink, peachy, and yellowish. I've seen it in various different colors, so you know, maybe in like 10 years, if it ever, well, I guess if it survives 10 years and it blooms, yeah, that'll be exciting. Ooh, I've really wanted this guy for quite a while. I really have. And it just seems like it's a little hard to come by. This is Abracadabra. This is an Epiphyllum hybrid Abracadabra. And what happens, I love the name of it. Chameleon is the other one that I think is really well known, where the flowers, they start out one color and then as time goes on, they start changing color. And I think that Abracadabra goes more from like a real pale pink, almost a white color. And in a few days it goes into like different shades of pink down to kind of a purple color. Whereas Chameleon starts off kind of a pink shade and then it goes down to a more orange color. And the branches on Chameleon are just gorgeous. They have like this beautiful waved edge, just some of the most gorgeous branches. And it's a good grower. I like the way it grows. Let me see. Oh, you got another kiwi. This is Kiwi Earth Angel. Some of these kiwi I can't really say all that much about. Sometimes I just see the picture and I'm like, oh, that looks pretty. And then I'll get it, but, you know, like sometimes I feel like the kiwi hybrids, there's so many and they're all so beautiful that at like some point they just kind of start blurring together. It's just like a blur of just gorgeousness. They have like, most of them are just super multi-petaled. I don't have any that have bloomed yet. I do have one right now that's in bud. Oh look, how cute is that? There was a little flower bud in here. Ah, cute. Oh, again, I just like these stems. This also must be Deepmar too. Yep, Deepmar. One of the things that I find interesting is that as you collect Epiphyllum hybrids, you will notice that you can start like recognizing, because you see that hybrid so much and sometimes they have a unique enough growth pattern that you can sort of identify them on sight. Oh, look at this. Pretty. This also looks like Chameleon. Or not Chameleon, I'm sorry. It looks like Abracadabra. It's not though. Haha. This is Precious Little Diamond. I've wanted this one for a while, but I could not get it. I was struggling to get it. So I'm pretty excited about that one. Very beautiful flower. Let me see. Whee! Ooh. Oh, wow. Wow. More Venetian Affair. Pretty. Yay, Venetian! Ooh, Falcino Festival. Beautiful little babies. Let's see. Oop. Oh, this is Kurt Pates. Pretty. I think just this year, I have a few Pates hybrids, and just this year, the first one of them bloomed. It was Ramona Pates, and I really like. I feel like what happens is that Ramona Pates' colors are so complex that it becomes something that is very hard to capture in a photograph, especially because like she very particularly, like her petals are mostly red, and then they have a magenta, like a very strong magenta, like outer border. The flower is really kind of more star-shaped, and the back petals recurve a little bit, but not in an extreme way. It just kind of adds to its star shape. And then the stamen are red. And so what happens when you try to take a picture of that is that magenta or fuchsia color becomes really difficult to actually pick up, to have it differentiate when it hits the red. And then with the red stamen, it's just a little difficult to like capture the actual beauty of that. But I know that when I saw it flower, I was like, could you imagine like a big epiphyllum covered in those flowers? That would just be fantastic. This looks like a kiwi. It is. It's Kiwi Jubilee. Oh, this one's kind of a big one. Oh. Well, I'm so lucky, and I'm really so grateful that I managed to get this order, like particularly during COVID, because I think that there is a lot of issues shipping from overseas right now. So, I mean, I'm just really grateful that I managed to get this. Let's see. Wow. Ew. Oh, more pokies. The pokies. Ooh, it's also Camilla Berggren. I should say that I actually got 3 of these. I heard it through the grapevine. I heard it from someone. I'm not going to say who, but I heard it from someone that this is a difficult one to grow. I believe her exact words were that it hates water. So, I like that little tidbit because I will be very careful, I think, when watering that one. Oh, this one looks like Cody 1. There it is, Cody 1. Oh, pretty. Oh my God, this one's got pretty branches. I like the branches on this one. Oh, Felchino Flare. Yay! Ew! I just remembered something that's in here. It's been so long since I ordered it. Like, I think I may have forgotten this. It was like the thing that I needed in my life, right? I was like, oh, I need you. Let's see. Let me see. Ooh, Kiwi Attraction. Kiwi Attraction. There's so many. Oh, pretty. Pretty. Oh, this is Xenopates. Xenopates. I don't know if you noticed this, but my taste, like if you know what any of these hybrids look like, you will notice that. If you've noticed what any of these hybrids look like, you will notice that my personal Epiphyllum taste is very all over the place. Like I said, most of the time it's because I don't necessarily get these because I have such a strong affinity for them. So much as like there may have been something about it that I thought would be interesting for like a hybrid, for hybridizing. Or like I said, I'll just get a lot because I need to know like what grows really, really well. Basically like the cream of the crop. Yeah, this is really pretty. Felix Pates. I like how every one that I open, I'm like, oh, this is really pretty. They're all pretty. Ooh, more pokies. No. No, with the pokies. Eek. Eek. Ooh, this is Neville's Gluck. You know, I've seen this like so many times, and every time I've seen it, I'm like, you know, I really, really want that hybrid, but I've never bought it up until now. I don't know what the deal is with that. And I can see right now I can see right now that these stems, the branches, they're glaucous. So they have like this kind of, it's strange. It's kind of like a weird powdery sort of covering. So what happens is the branches end up looking sort of blue. They look more like blue-green, I think because it's a darker shade of green, so it's just really a cool thing. And it really, like, new growth doesn't start that way, but as it ages out, it will start to turn that kind of shade. And I just, every time I see an epiphyllum with that kind of shade, I just kind of go a little bit goo-goo. There's one of them, can't totally remember which one, but there's a Weberocereus, well, they're not Weberocereus anymore. They're now Solenocereus. But there's one that is very glaucous. Both of them, actually, both are pretty glaucous. I think there's Mirandii. I'm not sure if I said that right. And then there's just your standard, like your regular subspecies Glaber, and one of them is glaucous, really glaucous, and the other one is just slightly glaucous. It's one of my favorite things to look at. There's a kiwi that I have that looks like that too. Not one of the kiwis. It's, I believe, and I sometimes get this wrong, so don't rush out and try to get that kiwi over it. But I think that it's Kiwi Whisper that has that coloration. Oh, goodness. This guy is, woo, he's buried under there. Knock those peanuts down. Wow, I'm gonna need some pizza after this unboxing. This is a lot of hard work. Ooh, pretty. Abracadabra. Abracadabra. Ugh. I am running out of room. Hey, my dog is like, what is this thing? Let's see. Felchino Flame. Very pretty, very pretty. Already unboxed that one. Like I said, they're definitely going to be duplicates. None of the kiwis are duplicates because I'm pretty sure you can only order one because they're in such high demand. Ooh, I like this one. This one's like one of those like monster epi. Kiwi Melodrama. Oh, geez, even its appearance is melodramatic. That's funny. Let me see. Ooh. Kind of pretty little kid. Kiwi Portrait. Pretty. Whoop. Let me see. I like how these are, ooh. Why? Every time. You know that this is just going to be like one of those mean, oh, it's her again. That's funny. It is another Camilla Berggren. Like I said, I heard through the grapevine it was a little hard to grow, so I got 3 of them just in case. Oh, pretty. Kiwi Goodwill. Boop. Let me see. Oh, this one feels kind of large. Because it is kind of large. It's large and spiny. Ooh, gotta watch my fingers. That baby's very spiny. Ooh, this is Professor Michael. I am gonna botch this last name. It is Professor Michael Cumberno. Cumberno? I think it's Cumberno. Professor Michael Cumberno. Very excited. that was pretty nice little plant. Let me see. Ooh, they're really pretty. I like it. Little frilly stems. This is, oh, precious little diamond. So another duplicate. Yay. Oh, I'm guessing this is also Professor Dr. Cumberno. It is. There's the duplicate. Both of those plants look really nice. Yeah. Ooh. Another one down. I think there are 2 more to go. Unfortunately, I can't just show you the pictures of all of these. Meh. Because of copyrights. But generally, you know, we'll all get to see the pictures of these in, you know, like 2 to 5 years probably. Yay, Epiphyllum. It'll just take all of your life. They're so worth it, though. They're so worth it. How cute. Ooh, I like that one. This is Felchino Flare. Yay! Let me see. Oh. Kiwi Contradiction. Oh, I just had a kiwi die this year. I was kind of sad about it. I've never actually lost a kiwi up until this year. And I lost one of the cuttings that I had gotten last year. And that was a little sad too, because it was like one of the real knockout ones. It was Kiwi Illumination. That's sad. Oh, look. There it is. It's glaucous. It's glaucous. This must be Gluck. Yep, Nemble's Gluck. There you go. Whoop. It's really not very often that you see them, that you see the glaucous branches, so it's really an exciting thing to me. Kiwi Beloved. Oh boy. Huh. That's amazing. I say that and I like pull another one out that's got the same kind of glaucous thing. I always think it's funny when they, so I don't know if you've ever seen it where it's like asparagus and they cover the asparagus and it grows white. I always think it's funny when these try to grow in the box and they've been in there for a month like this because their new growth comes out white. I just think that's kind of funny. It's a really cool, this is a cool branch. It's kind of very fat, very thick, slightly mutated looking, I suppose, and glaucous. I'm gonna have to go look those up. Those Nebbles, this Nebble and then Neble's Gluck, to see what that was crossed from, because that is a cool trait. Let's see. What? Ooh. I know what that is. That is Inca's Golden Dream, or the new Peterson hybrid. That's kind of interesting because I've never seen it. That's really interesting. I have never actually seen it where its stems got that, quite that big. I've always seen it a little bit smaller than that. So that's a little curious. It's kind of a monster stem. No, and I don't mean curious in a bad way. That was definitely the new Peterson hybrid. I've seen that stem many, many times over. I've just never seen it get quite that big. They must have been feeding him well. Ooh, pretty. Kiwi Sweetheart. This is kind of a strange thing because we'll see. And this very, I believe that it was hybridized using American Sweetheart. So it's interesting because in a lot of pictures it does look very similar. So we'll see what that looks like when it blooms. If it survives. There's always the if it survives. Oh, that one's really pretty. Very thick. I always think that it's funny when like the growth is just like really thick. Very thick and tough. Nebel's Farben Wonder. Oh, those Nebels. I like a lot of the Nebel hybrids. I think that it is very clear that I like every hybrid. That's not entirely true, but it does kind of seem like I like every hybrid. There are actually some hybrids that I don't like. I'm gonna be honest, there was this time that I saw this one hybrid that everyone wanted. It was like a big deal. Everyone was just completely insane over this hybrid, and this hybrid was selling for like hundreds, over $100 every time I would see it. And I gotta be honest, every time I see that hybrid, I think of baby poop. Yep, baby poop. There are some colors that just should not be in flowers, and baby poop is one of them. Oh, the flower just didn't make it, guys. Look, my sad little wilted flower. Oh. This is my baby. Okay. Well, it's not really my baby, but this was the thing that I was super excited about from before. This is Jalisco Cheer. Well, it's really Jalisca Cheer. I'm so excited. Oh! Look at that little bud. It's like just hanging on for its dear life. Let go, bud. Let go. I can't believe you're even still on there after a month. That's crazy sauce. Hey, Sadie, Jalisco. I say that wrong, like in my own personal space, but I looked it up. It was Jalisca. Let's see. Ooh la. Oh, cute. That's like so small. Oh, it's Rudolph's darling. Rudolph's darling. Sometimes wonder, I wonder if he saw the flower and he was like, oh, what a darling. Or if there was like something that it was nicknamed after someone or what. I don't know, but I always wonder sometimes. Let me see. Ooh, Kiwi Happy Spirit. This kiddo looks like it had some kind of an issue. This kiddo looks like it suffered from some sort of fungal issue. You can see here on its stem, it's got these little bumps and bruises and stuff, and the whole stem right here died. So it'll probably end up doing is I'll probably pot it. I'll get rid of that, get a little spray, and I'll pot it here so I can get this just underneath the soil line, and hopefully that will actually get roots from there. And sometimes I would take this and maybe repot it. I don't know. Maybe I will, but I just think that that's just a shame. So I don't know that Kiwi Baroness is going to make it. But poor girl. Poor girl. Poor Baroness. Oopda, oopda, oopda. Kiwi Yvonne's Prize. That seems like a very hardy kiwi. There we go. Yay. Oh, it's looking pretty good. Xena Pates again. Xena! Neville's Dickens, also very glaucous. Oh, I'm excited about those. I like that. They've been in here for so long, and you can see like the little roots that are popping out the top, because they're basically like, at this point, they're like, I'm ready to grow. So these pretty much just need to be potted like immediately, and then put outside in some under some protection so they don't get too much rain. Beep-a-deep-a-deep-a-deep-a-deep-a-deep-a-deep. Oh, that's curious. Interesting. This is Felchino Festival. I always think these are so cool just because of their genetics, the way that they basically try to like push out new growth out of like every available aerial that they have. They grow really interestingly. And I love it when you see the Daiso cactus characteristics come out, when you see them like shoot up they get like these long round canes, and that's from the Daiso cactus lineage. Only in like hybrids that actually use that. There are some species that do that just because they do that. And it looks like that was the last one. I didn't see anything else in here. Yay! So, you know, it's pretty good for being stuck in the mail for so long. You know, I'm probably just gonna pop these guys in some little pots. And they're only going to go in the little black plastic trays for now. Maybe a little bit later this year we'll do some checking on them. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this massive unboxing.